Okay, part two, hot corner. Tommy Pham versus the Blue Jays.
Everybody. Tommy Pham versus everybody.
The world.
So we did a segment on this. We were reacting live to things that were going on. So obviously in the comments of the video that was posted later on, people are like, yo, it's this, it's that. It's like, I got it. Things were happening live. Now we've since gotten more quotes to add to the table. This was the original spark. Tommy Pham on social media telling a random fan that the profile picture of Addison Barger is of someone who takes steroids, loser. Words from Tommy Pham after he had gotten into it with Heineman and the Blue Jays. Mitch Bannon, who covers the Jays, said he spoke with Barger before yesterday's game and wanted it clarified that he was suspended for a stimulant, not a steroid, 50 games in 2019. I thought restricted list. ChatGPT was wrong, couldn't find anything, but there was an article saying he did get suspended, but it was a stimulant, not a steroid. And Barger said he's been tested every year since, as every player is, with no discipline since. Well, Tommy wasn't done. Stopped by the Pirates clubhouse. Keegan Matheson did, who covers the Jays. Pham didn't want to elaborate on his posts after last night's game, but he made it clear he stands by them and wanted this note to be passed along. Quote, let them know I speak in facts. This is WWE.
It's unbelievable. It's awesome. It's great for the game because people are talking about it.
But what if you're a Barger, okay?
Well, Barger did what he had to do, and he stood up and said it wasn't for steroids. It was for another PED, which is stimulants.
Right, but you guys both played, right? And you were involved in plenty of, not this, but back and forth, right? Fun stuff that we followed during your career.
Back and forth between. There was never really that much back and forth between players on other teams. It wasn't because most of the time.
Trash talking the games, but not like this.
Yeah, but never in the media like this.
So then take me through this part, right? This is the second portion of the saga. Barger clarifies, I got suspended for a stimulant, not a PED, which is still against the rules. Pham stands by what he says. If you're Barger, are you like, hey, I'm squashing this. I'm not answering about this anymore. I said my piece. And behind the scenes, are you still super pissed? Because you're like, why is this guy just coming after me?
He said what he said. He said the truth, which is he wasn't suspended for steroids because he said steroids. And it wasn't steroids. It was something else.
But Tommy Pham said, let them know I speak in facts.
Well, whatever.
He wasn't suspended for roids.
Listen, everybody has their own reality in life. And some people, I played with people, not saying this about Tommy Pham, but I played with some people that I could sit here and tell them that my hat was black and they thought it was white, and they will die on that sword thinking that my hat is white.
You played with some flat earthers?
I'm sure I probably did that. But I'm just saying there are people, and Kratz played with them too. No matter what you tell them, their opinion is always right, and you could be dead on correct. And they're like, nope, that's not right. I don't believe it. And you're like, well, dude, my hat is black. It's not white. It's black. But they wouldn't believe it no matter what you told them. So, hey, whatever. That's what makes the world go round. Different strokes for different folks.
So we do love when somebody says something with their chest, and Tommy Pham said it with his chest.
He says everything with his chest.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kratz, if you're Barger, what do you do? What are your thoughts after you hear the comeback to the comeback?
I mean, he said, I like how Barger was not like, oh, I'm not going to comment on it, because then everyone's like speculation of, whoa, what was it? He said it. It was a stimulant. Whatever classification that is, it's still performance enhancing. Tommy Pham wasn't afraid of backing down from that. As Barger, I'd be like, you kind of check that guy off your list. Tommy Pham might be writing him on his list. Actually, I think Tyler Heineman's on his list. And then we found out today, Gary Sheffield Jr. is on Tommy Pham's list. Tommy's list is getting bigger. But if I'm Barger, I'm like, whatever. Like I have to. I said my part. If somebody comes back up to me again, I'll say, look, I said what I said. I don't know what he's talking about. He has his right to his own opinions. You just kind of squash it, but you're not like, I don't think Barger's going to sit there and be like, I'm getting that guy. I don't care if he's Tommy Pham. He defamed me by saying I did steroids. Like, he came out and said he didn't. They published it. Keegan Thompson published it, or Keegan Matheson published it. And so to me, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have to go back. He doesn't have to comment on the comment of the comment.
The one thing that I want to throw in here from my experience covering the player and my experience talking to other players is that when Tommy Pham is on your team, he is, I don't want to say beloved, but he is well respected. Guys enjoy him as a teammate.
He comes to play every day, and there's
He's
an intensity that he brings
hustler.
that you cannot replicate.
Yeah.
He brings an intensity. And who was it, the Mets last year that they talked about when Pham was there? How much he meant and what he taught them and how he taught them how to work. Like guys like Lindor were talking about that. It's a big compliment. Now,
he starts crap, but with other teams, right? So when he's on your corner, when he's in your corner, I mean, sure. Do the Pirates want to get in and fight with the Blue Jays right now over a war of words? Probably not. But my point is that tons of comments are filled with, how is this guy still in the league? What, as if he's committing a crime or something like that. And I'm like, I don't think you understand that the guys that play with him generally love him.
And he's been a pretty productive player too.
Yeah. Productive player. And also, when you meet him in person, I don't think he is who you expect him to be. Right? He's like one of the most calm guys. His voice is calm. Am I wrong?
No, I've known Tommy. I played with Tommy when he first came up in 2014. I've known him for 10, 11 years now. And I've told you the story about how he helped my son, and I couldn't have been a better guy to my son.
He's a good dude.
So
he just goes after people.
So the way I'll say this to the day I die, listen, he's funny. He says some things, but Tommy, you were always good to my kid, and for that, you'll always have my respect.
Yeah.
That's it. And every time I see him, he asks about my son. How's he doing? How are his eyes? What's going on? And that's all you can ask for. He was good to me as a teammate. I mean, he was a rookie, and he was good. He was there. He did the right things, and now he's got 10-plus years in this league, been on a lot of teams. But one thing I'll tell you about Tommy, he has always been good to me. So you won't hear me say anything bad about Tommy.
FT fans, you want to have confidence when you go out in public? Absolutely. We can't all wear a backwards hat like me, but you can get some True Classic fit shirts. It almost looks like, oh, wow, this shirt was tailored for me. Nope, it's every True Classic. This John is soft, it is smooth, and it makes you look a little jacked. I'm just saying.
And Kratz, you are jacked, and you are spot on. True Classic is the spot to go if someone's like, where do I get shirts? True Classic. The colors are fantastic. They've sold over 25 million shirts to more than 5 million customers. Their shirts just win. The feel, the tailored look, the price. We all wear True Classic on FT. I mean, Cam Maben literally can't say enough about them too. Next time we have Cam on. Hit up trueclassic.com/foul. Give it a shot. Upgrade your wardrobe and save on True Classic at trueclassic.com/foul. That's trueclassic.com/FOUL. And Kratz, 99.9% of the people that go after him with their Twitter muscles would not hold up well in a cage match. I feel like some people don't realize he's a big dude. Even height-wise, like, I don't know. When I first saw him on TV, I thought he was like 5'10", and then I met him in person, and he's like 6'2". So, I'm not defending what he did on this case. My point, Kratz, is that he is on teams for a reason, and I think that reason is overlooked by many that just catch a viral moment.
There's front office people that are afraid to have a Tommy Pham on the team because Tommy Pham, the intensity they showed there, whether if I was coaching him and he was a high school kid, I would say what he said to Tyler Heineman was out of line. You shouldn't say F you to a catcher for, arguing that, whatever. But that intensity is brought every single day. You said before, you're like, oh, he just pisses off other teams. That's not, Tommy Pham doesn't put on this mask for games and turn into the Incredible Hulk. He's that intense with everything. When we used to work in the cage, if anybody's ever seen the cage underneath in Tampa at the Trop, it is like a cave. Like the ceiling, they literally have to tighten the left side of the cage so it doesn't hit the ceiling. It's really low. So you feel like you're in this cave. And when Tommy would come into the cage, he would just his intensity and his work, he would get pissed at himself just as much as he would get pissed at another team doing something that he didn't agree with. Or he would get pissed at somebody else in the cage who was messing around and not taking it seriously. So there's there's an intensity that once he gets to the ballpark, he parks his truck, goes in, and it's business. And I think when situations like this show up, people look at it like, oh, he's just trying to start stuff. No, he's just not letting anybody get in the way of him.
Mm-hmm. For Blue Jays fans, they're like, hey, we want to just keep having an absolute blast, enjoying our team and our season. For Pirates fans, this team's been irrelevant for months and really for many years. So Tommy Pham is leading the charge for the headlines.
Tommy didn't get traded.
Yeah, I think he could be a dump deadline guy in a week and a half.
Because he's making a little bit of money.
Picks him up. Yeah. I mean, for Bob Nutting, could be a no-brainer unless he's like, hey, I like this guy. He's bringing us some PR in mid-August.
He doesn't know who he is.
No, he doesn't.
Bob Nutting doesn't
but
know who he is.
I do think that, yeah, they'll probably put him on waivers. And it's not for the performance. It's because he costs more than the league minimum, and another team can pick him up for the playoffs. But we'll see what happens.